Okay, let's just start.
Hello. Welcome to Trek in the Valley, everybody.
Hey, how's it going?
This is another episode of Trek in the Valley where two dudes get together in the San Fernando Valley to discuss an episode of Star Trek, the original series. And my name is Adam Ordall Quinnell. I am your co-host with...
Hi, how's it going? This is Al Hirt here.
And that's my buddy Al, and we talk about Star Trek, the original series. We're watching the remasters on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, they look awesome.
They look awesome, and every week we talk about a different episode of the kooky sci-fi spacefaring show that started it all. And I do also like to kind of mention a little disclaimer at the top. We are not like an encyclopedic Star Trek podcast.
We just found out what Star Wars or Star Trek Day was.
Yeah, we like yeah, so we're not
I'm still thinking about Star Wars.
we just like Star Trek and we wanted to make a podcast. So you're welcome,
I
listeners.
like the DS9 and then what's the other one? Next Gen.
Yeah, you started right like so
I did Next Gen.
So I started with and I guess we haven't really talked about our history with Star Trek in a long time, so let's refresh everybody's memories.
Yeah, welcome to season 2, everyone.
Season 2, episode 2. I started watching Star Trek in 1987 or whenever Next Generation premiered in syndication. I remember my dad and I watching it. It was like late at night. I have this weird sense memory of watching it in like a specific room in a house where we only lived for a short period of time. And love Star Trek. I enjoy the J.J. Abrams movies even. I like all the original movies. Well, we like them. Yeah, they're fun to watch.
Yeah, they're fun. They're entertaining.
What was your what you?
I guess I started like 2010s. My friend was telling me about it after I was geeking out about Star Wars and stuff. And they're like, Trek is just better because it's stretched out. There's like all these characters and all these different stories and plots you can go off of rather than just like stereotypical, like good versus evil, red versus blue, you know.
Like the Halo series, red versus blue.
Yeah, right.
What was that? Did you ever watch that?
I think it was like an animated thing online.
But they used Halo.
Like Halo. Yeah, they used the whole Halo playback features and stuff.
I feel like the people who made Red...
insane.
I feel like the people who made Red versus Blue have more money than I do. And that's okay. They worked hard. It was a thing for sure.
Well, it's crazy now because my girlfriend showed me a TikTok of these Kardashian things, but they were made in Sims 2. So it was like Kardashian memes, but like using Sims technology. And I'm like, that's just like Charles, what is it? Renegade Angel or something like that on Adult Swim. Have you heard of that?
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
It's a fucking trip. It is a really good show, but it's all made in that Sims 2 technology or whatever.
You're telling me there's a trippy show on Adult Swim?
Yeah, right.
What the fuck? What the
One
fuck?
of the thousands.
What the fuck?
Anywho.
Star Trek.
So got into Star Trek that way. Got a lot of recommendations, and I love DS9, and now I'm watching Voyager. So
it's going to be so many years from now before we're talking about Deep Space Nine. If we keep doing a season a year, it's
it'll take a while.
And ultimately that's the goal. We're going to talk about Star Trek most weeks until we run out of TV shows to talk about.
And they're still cramming out episodes too, so we're good.
And we love, I love Strange New Worlds and Discovery. All that shit's good. Everything has its highs and lows, but just in general, I think that Star Trek's great, and that's what we're here to talk about.
Oh yeah. So, anyways, how does this start?
Well, hold on. Last week we got a little bit more to cover because last week we got to do what episode did we talk about last week?
It was how did it start? Oh yeah, it was when Spock had to do the his puberty thing.
Yes, Spock got horny in Amok Time.
Amok Time.
And Spock got super horny and had to go fight Kirk, and they did a whole thing.
What's that process called, though? It was
the Ponfar.
Ponfar, yeah, and Ponfar.
As you astutely noted, it had many kind of smacked of references, like later when we watched Spock grow up and search for Spock.
Yeah, and we also did see the equivalent of that. You showed me the equivalent of that in Strange New Worlds. Right?
Oh yeah, because there's Spock goes through his Ponfar on Well, he has a dream of it.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
It's not his actual Ponfar yet, because that doesn't happen until he's on with Kirk and all that whatnots. So last week we talked about Amok Time. This week we're talking about episode 2 of season 2. The title is Who Mourns the Adonais? And the synopsis from Paramount Plus is: the Enterprise is held captive by the Greek god Apollo.
Okay.
I love you, Paramount Plus synopses. Like we're going to spend about 30 minutes of this podcast talking just about the recap, because we also sort of check in. How are you doing, Al?
I'm doing pretty well. I mean, I guess like the weather's pretty drab, but just super happy that this Labor Day weekend's coming up.
Yeah, we're in Labor Day weekend right now. We're pulling back the curtain.
Back.
I'm super bummed because my car is going to cost a lot of money to fix. I found out, which is fine. I'm over it. I had a moment this morning and I'm through it.
Nice, good.
And now we've done the check-in. We're trying to stick to the format a little bit more this year. And so this is Who Mourns the Adonais? The Enterprise is held captive by the Greek god Apollo.
A weird episode, dude.
I fucking love the synopsis. It is a weird episode.
It's like a Saturday morning cartoon vibes.
Oh my God,
definitely.
Yes. And it aired on September 22nd, 1967. And it featured some pretty cool guest stars that I thought did a good job. We've got Michael Forrest as the Greek god Apollo. Leslie Parrish plays Carolyn, the foil for Apollo in the end, and of course we've got our second episode with Chekhov.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Did you? Yeah, we're gonna talk about Chekhov's hair for the rest of this. Every episode, pretty much. Did you notice that he's not in episode 3?
What, Chekhov?
Yeah, he's not in The Changeling at all. We'll talk about that next episode. But yeah,
he's not piloting, no.
No.
Because there's that other guy,
some other white guy.
Yeah, I did notice.
Some rando guy.
Chekhov.
No Chekhov. Well, so we have to go back, and now we've got our Chekhov counter again, because it's going to be another episode before we see him. So there you go.
There we go. Back to reset it.
So there's some good guest stars this episode. Let's see if the director, Mark Daniels, directed any cool. I always like to look and see if the director of the episode directed any cool movies.
I'm going to look up the Apollo actor too. He crushed it.
He directed some episodes of Alice, Private Benjamin. Directed a lot of TV. And he did episodes of Trapper John. We're going to see a lot of people who directed Gunsmokes and Trapper Johns and episodes of The Fugitive and Man from U.N.C.L.E. There was 42 white guys directing TV shows in the 60s, and they all their names are gonna come up. Now, this episode starts pretty dour. It's pretty drab because they're in a star system. And they're searching for, oh no, I was thinking of The Changeling just now.
Oh, no, dude. We started with, the way they're going is they're just flying to a random spot, right? And then the hand comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, they're going, so they're visiting Pollux 10.
Pollux 5.
There's a strange lack of intelligent life, Carolyn, the science officer says.
Right, yeah.
And she says it bucks the odds. 4. It bucks the odds. And which is so funny because what odds? The odds that there's intelligent life? It's actually very against the odds that there would be intelligent life anywhere, Carolyn. Bones says he doesn't like this. So then there's a little moment where Carolyn and Scotty leave to go get a cup of coffee. And we get a cute little moment with Bones and Kirk, where Scotty's like, I think that Bones thinks Bones is like, I think that Scotty thinks he's the man for her, but I don't know if she thinks he's the man for her. And
that's so weird, though.
And then this whole episode is shitty to women because then they say, well, as you know, women in the service, they just get married and then leave the service. And Kirk's like, I'm losing an officer.
Yeah, right. No, and then the other line too before he's like, oh, I can see you're hot and heavy from up here or something. It's like them calling out Scotty for just being all horned up, and it's so uncomfortable because she's still there. She's like in earshot.
Yeah, and also he is also Scotty is probably her superior.
For sure.
There's a whole deal.
Yeah.
And
We know that road.
misogyny.
Yep.
So
it was
then,
so weird. They're just like, she's all woman though.
and
So
then
weird.
and they say, and there's a lot of talk about how women are
gonna get out.
sentimental and emotional. And then they see a big green hand comes out and grabs the ship.
No, they freak out for a little bit and stare at it, and then he's like, Sulu, turn to the right. Please turn to the right. And they just kind of awkwardly, drag out of the way, and then the hand like follows him.
The hand, it's a
cool
slow
effect.
It's a slow hand, and they're looking at the view screen, and it's just a big green hand. It reminds me of if you watch Lower Decks, there's an episode where Ransom becomes a giant space head and he attacks the ship. It's like that, but if he was a green hand. And then we get
so bizarre.
And then the hand grabs the ship and immobilizes it.
And there's such a cool title shot too.
All of their they roll around on the bridge, they can't move, they're held immobile, and then we get the theme. Starts. And then after the theme, we get one of the great title cards so far. It's just a big green fucking hand holding the saucer section of the Enterprise. And it says, and then who mourns for Adonis? And I'm not going to look up. Why do they spell
it? Beach House cover, like just some trippy album cover.
It definitely does. And of course, with the remaster, the ship looks real.
Oh, it looks amazing.
And the hand is like a weird green pulsing hand. I wish it was easier to find like exact matches to compare it to the old footage.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I think on YouTube you can. They've got like the split screens, but to get through and find them all, basically this hand is holding them, and then they're like, "What the fuck's going on?" And then they get a message from.
Yeah, there's just some random face.
Oh shit! A big floating face in space.
And it's Apollo.
And yeah, he looks like he's got like the Greek. Like old-timey Greek laurels around his head.
And his name is Michael Forrest.
Michael Forrest. He's one of the more in-shape people we've had. Oh, yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of these people, some of these people are. I said true. A lot of these people are, but no, it's not a lot anymore.
Yeah.
And so he wants to so basically this Apollo head is saying, hey, you found me. 5,000 years ago. Yeah, he's like, we're gonna party. Come on down and drink wine. And he's caused the wind to withdraw from their sails. It has been 5,000 years. Have you learned no patience in that time? So
and they're like, what are you talking about?
I don't know who or what you are, but I must warn you. We have the power to defend ourselves.
Obviously, right? They're getting held up.
If you value your safety, you will release my ship.
Oh, and then
the captioning refers to him as alien. They don't call him Apollo yet. He references Agamemnon and Hector and a bunch of other bold humans.
He doesn't introduce himself right yet because he
hasn't said he's Apollo yet.
No, because he's just showing and flexing his power, right? And he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna try closing my hand, and then the whole external pressure.
800 GCS and climbing.
Yeah, GSC. I was like, what is that?
It's Girl Scout cookies. Weed.
That's like 1,000 Girl Scout cookies.
It's 800 Girl Scout cookies or weed nugs worth of pressure on the hull.
That is a lot of pressure.
And they have like a lot of the pressure gets in their heads and they're all screaming and squealing and then Kirk says, "All right, we'll drink some wine."
Turn it off. Oh God, that part's so glad. Fucking funny.
So we've started because when we watch the movies, last season we would watch an episode, then we talk about it. This season we're like watching the episodes a couple times in advance, so we know it a little bit better. But
we have it running on the side right now,
and we have it playing while we talk about it, which is great because I would have totally forgotten this. But
yeah,
so Apollo says you can all of your officers can come down and drink wine with me. But not him, the one with pointy ears.
They're all turned to Spock, and he's like, what?
And he goes, he reminds me too much of Pan, and Pan was a fucking bummer, so no sad faces.
And we're like,
Spock reminds him of a satyr. SATYR.
Offensive.
Well, yeah. So then now he wants them to get their hearts prepared
You
to
can't
sing.
wear a headband or anything, you know?
Oh, they say Spock says insult. He wasn't insulted because insults are only effective where emotion is present.
That's a good one.
And then Spock says, or Kirk kind of kicks off the. So this episode, like a lot of these episodes, it kind of takes place in two places. Mm-hmm. The landing party is going to go down to deal with Apollo, and then Spock is in charge on the ship trying to figure shit out up there. And they're kind of trying to solve the same problems from different angles. And Kirk and the landing party consists of Scotty, Carolyn, Bones, Kirk, and Chekhov with these fucking wigs. Like I don't want to Google it.
It's crazy. Everybody else's hair, like you said, looks great. But Chekhov's.
Like I just don't. I'm afraid I'm gonna Google it and we're gonna find out that he had some disease or something.
God.
Like, and then I'm gonna feel bad. So I don't want to find out. But they are terrible.
Sort of. Nah, yeah, they're pretty bad.
Why would you have a part in two places? Like he's got a part off center, and then there's a second part off center on the other side. It's like it's multiple wigs sewn together. And this is where they find out a little bit more about Apollo's whole deal, right? He says, I'm the god Apollo. I stretched out my hand. I breathed upon it, and spring returned. And Chekhov's got a really funny line where he's like, yeah, and I'm the Tsar of Russia.
Yeah, that part was so funny.
And it's just like, Kirk is kind of like, Chekhov, you haven't figured it out yet. You got to fucking chill. We keep the quips. I do the quips.
Yeah, he's just like, we don't even know who this is. So it's funny how, like, as he's explaining it, Apollo, they're just, using their analysis and they're just analyzing the planet, trying to figure out the fuck's going on. That's what's so good about Trek.
They're all doing their thing. They're all doing their thing while they don't just sit and listen. They're actively participating in the action. Mm-hmm. And so Apollo then has to flex his power, and he makes himself real big to show them, I'm a real big god.
It's super clever, too, how they do this, because obviously it was 67. Yeah, they just show a shot of, what is it? It's Bones, Kirk, and Chekhov, and they stare at the camera, and the camera goes, doo, and it just, like, rises right above them.
Yep.
Boom, just switch to Big Apollo.
Yep, and then it's either that or they did it like they like I had to do in my old 8mm film class in school where you would film the two things and then you would just lay the footage over it. Mm-hmm. So like they had like a close up of Apollo and then they laid that over. But yeah, so Kirk is cut off from the ship now. Apollo's like, y'all ain't going anywhere.
They also do that in Nosferatu. That's how they have them vanish or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so basically Apollo is saying, y'all are stuck here. You're my people now. You're my worshipers. Yeah. It's been 5,000 years.
Here you are.
You've come back. You found me.
Obviously, you've come back to see me.
And you call yourself Apollo. That's your business. But you're no god to us, mister.
And he's like, I said you would worship me.
And also, this is where we talked about this a little bit last night when we watched the episode. Like, it bums me out that Kirk is a Christian. He says right. And to our Christian listeners,
that's the next line, yeah.
To our Christian listeners, I love you. I hope you stick around till we have a Patreon and you give us money. But this is like the future when people they've had a couple hundred more years to figure out the universe and
5,
shit.
5,000.
But no, I mean since our time to get to this. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think Kirk would, the fact that Kirk says, hey, we've already got one God and that's enough, mister.
Good, yeah.
It's just like, no, dude, your God is fucking science, dog.
They gotta appeal I don't even do what, 67?
Yeah, well, I mean,
there's pretty conservative back then.
I mean, look at all these people. I mean, they definitely all went to church.
When did he say that line, though? Was it the second time they confront each other?
I think we missed it, or it's coming up now.
Yeah, I think so.
And so this becomes a motif or something that recurs as well. Apollo gets really big and then he has to disappear. And then Bones says, to coin a phrase, fascinating. And it's like, you're stealing Spock's lines, bitch.
Because he isn't there. He's got to represent, I guess.
So
he's still making fun of Spock, like, and he's not even fucking there.
Bones loves bagging on Spock.
He does.
So Carolyn, who Bones pointed out earlier, is the arts and anthropology and ancient history officer. So they're going to need to know, and so she's going to have to, earn her keep on this mission because they're dealing with old timey shit.
Yeah.
And so now Kirk's like, hey, what do you know about Apollo? She tells him he's the son of Zeus, sister Athena. And
also what's interesting, though, is that Carolyn is a specialist in anthropology and history, just like that lady from Space Seed.
Yes.
I was like, oh, no shit.
So this is
they
where...
just, replaced her.
And we're going to talk more about... the movies, because the next episode that we're going to talk about in episode 3 has a lot in common with one of the movies. And we're going to talk about that a lot. But yeah, so you can really tell that the people who made the movies, they're people who came from the show and then also film people that came in. And so they knew they did the Star Trek stuff
they
right.
Did. Yeah, they definitely did. I think it was just the pacing that they had trouble with the movies.
Yeah, with some of them for sure. I thought that 4 is perfect, and I'll fight anybody who says anything negative about it. Oh, and this is where we really get into the crux of the episode, right? Because Apollo is saying, y'all have to stay here with me. Mm-hmm. And Kirk is like, well, what the fuck are we going to do? And he's like, what do you mean,
just go have sex?
It's paradise. Build a hut, build a home,
eat some food.
Yeah, and Kirk is just saying, hey, we don't bow down to any creature who has a bag of tricks. And
they're just butting heads.
Yep, this is Kirk and Apollo butt heads a lot.
Let me enslave you.
I'm just trying to get to the next. So what comes out of this scene?
Says something.
What comes out of this scene is she says, your actions aren't making any sense based on what I know about Apollo from history. And that's when he does the misdirect of, Earth made the best, hottest ladies, and you are no exception, hot space lady. And then he waves his hand, and she's dressed like Athena.
Your bow arm must be bare. And I turned to Adam, I was like, what if it was her left arm?
Yeah, what if she's left-handed? She shoots her bow. Doesn't even ask.
Yep.
And so
maybe he already knew.
He's going to make her a goddess, whatever that means.
Oh, and Scotty's super
Clearly
protective of her.
Because he wants her.
For sure. Oh my God, it was so funny too. You were you're obviously pretending to be Scotty, but it was he's going to do the very thing that I want to do to her. It's yeah.
Whenever guys get mad.
It's so weird.
Whenever guys get mad that a woman that they want to have sex with has sex with somebody else, they're just like, oh, that guy, he's doing the exact nefarious thing that I wanted to be the one to trick that lady into having sex with me.
And it's you would just hope that it's genuine love. But they're on a spaceship 1,000 miles away from Earth.
He looks a lot older than her, but that might be the time too. I'm not getting, so the big takeaway out of this, he makes her a goddess.
Yeah.
He waves his hand. He gets that bare right arm that he's got such a fucking boner for.
But the costumes are pretty cool in this, though, I'd admit.
Great costumes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Paramount, right? So they had so many fucking costumes and so many set
they
pieces.
Just reused all this Greek shit.
Exactly. One cool thing about
and then we have the smack.
So Scotty just gets his ass handed to him in this episode and the next episode. Sorry to keep talking about the Changeling, but it's back to back Scotty getting fucked up by aliens.
It was funny too because they used the stunt guy for that whole backflip over the table thing.
Yep, totally different. That stunt man has a different size pants than James doing, that is for sure. I'm not going to say which way, but so big take. So one thing I wanted to mention before we get too far away from this sequence is Apollo. Scotty tries to shoot Apollo, and Apollo melts the gun in his hand and turns it into this twisted metal melty thing. And then Chekhov comes over and goes, "Oh, the moving parts are fused, Captain." And then as Apollo is taking Carolyn away, Scotty approaches him and gets uppercutted. Fucking,
It was like a smack uppercut thing.
It's almost, it looks exactly like the uppercuts in Mortal Kombat.
He flies, he jumps.
Honestly,
gives us all into it.
But Apollo's uppercut motion, it looks like they took that for the motion from fucking the big uppercut from Mortal Kombat.
It's more like I don't know. It's more like a backhand though. It seems.
Well, we're gonna see. You already did it.
But it was so funny how high he jumps.
Thunderclaps. Yeah. So Scotty gets.
Oh, and then Bones is like, "Why'd you let her
backhanded
go,
across the table." And Kirk is like, "Hey, she's an officer.
Yeah.
She knows what she's doing." Oh, it is like a backhand, but it's still got the extension. It's got the high extension.
It's got the follow through.
It's like if Baraka backhanded you.
And so Bones is like, "What are you doing? She's gone now. What the fuck, Kirk?" Kirk's like, "Yo, she could take care of herself. She's part of Starfleet.
Oh, and
we're gonna be okay.
Yeah,
we'll figure this out."
The big things that Bones is worried about is she could just say the wrong thing, and he decides to vaporize her.
Right. He says Apollo's very. What's the word? He said it too.
Yeah. Hold on. Click, clack, click, clack, clack. Apollo is rather difficult to stop for sure. Benevolent one minute, angry the next. Yeah. So he's bipolar.
Erratic.
He's erratic. He's got issues.
Yeah, very, very erratic.
And this is something that was mentioned earlier. We got distracted by Scotty getting slapped like a baby and flipping over a table. So they went after Apollo made himself big and then disappeared.
Yeah.
They talked about how he must have some massive energy source or something.
Mm-hmm. Because they're like, how they're able to make all this shit move around, change clothes.
Just like anything. Magic or whatever.
Quote,
it's all just energy and science.
A source. Yeah.
And Kirk's looking for it. So basically
this is such a cool little idea though that they came up with, that Kirk is like, well, I mean, what if he is Apollo? Technically,
ancient alien stuff.
Maybe they could have come those 5,000 years ago and freaked some fucking people out.
Yeah.
And Bones is like, that's right. Simple shepherds.
Yeah, Bones says, to the simple shepherds and tribesmen of early Greece, they would be just fucking dumb enough to think this guy was a god.
It's a little silly, but hey.
Well, it's not silly though, because Brittany, my wife mentioned while we were watching it.
Oh yeah.
It's just like the whole theory of aliens helped build the pyramids, and
that's true.
There's so many different ancient aliens things.
There's Stonehenge.
Yeah. Yes.
No one knows about that.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't know druids were doing it with aliens. And then it's like, oh yeah, we remember there's also a spaceship involved in this show.
I know, right?
It cuts back to Spock running the bridge.
And it's so funny too how Kirk is like, Spock, you're the man for the job to get us out of this. And then it cuts to Spock being like, all right, Sulu, just kind of rock the ship back and forth. Let's see what we're doing here.
Yes.
And then he goes, maybe just shoot some shit at it. And then
it's literally
like, no, that's too much power. Turn it off.
Spock.
It's great. He's just trying to figure out everything though.
So the hand is holding the ship, and Spock's big play is try rocking the, it's like he's stuck in the snow in the north, in northwestern Minnesota, and that's how you try and get it out. You rock it back and forth. Fucking hilarious. The writers really tickled themselves with that one, and that doesn't work. So then they try and shoot through the kind of membrane that Apollo has around the planet, and they can't get through it.
What did they end up doing though? Doesn't he take a piece of the hand and turn it into
what they do is
or whatever?
What they do is they poke little holes through it. Using the subspace signal or whatever. And so they're going to poke holes through it that they can shoot through.
No, and also, too, this is when they figure out the power source thing, too, because Sulu's like, hey, there's a power source on the planet.
But they don't know where it
is. And he goes, well, you know where it's not, so why don't you start there? And he goes, the whole planet? And Spock stares at him, and he's like, okay, the whole planet.
Yeah, Sulu doesn't want to do his job. He's lazy.
But it's like, look, they're not going anywhere. They got to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
It is cool, though, how they figured it out.
I don't think they figure out the poke and the holes in the force field until later. But then we get a gross scene with Apollo and Carolyn where they're talking about, is he a god? Is he not a god? She seems a little too gung-ho.
This scene's hilarious, too. Because, like, Apollo talks about how they were gods and how, like, gods don't really die. And then she goes, wait. So they went away, though, right?
Yeah, they died.
They kind of died? And she's like, oh, yeah, well, it was pretty sad when they left. And she's like, wait, that's dying, though. Like, what the fuck are you saying?
Then he's like, no, dude, they're not. They don't exactly die. It's just that they disappear and then they're not anywhere anymore. They don't die. They just aren't anything. Like if it was gross Louis C.K., he'd be like, they're just not anything anymore. They just don't.
She's like, okay.
You mean they died?
Yeah.
No, not as you understand it. We immortal, we gods. He's got so many pauses. Yeah, so they left Earth, and you were kind of finding out that the deal with these gods is they need people to worship them to like have power.
He lays it out for her. He's like, just as humans need food, we need worship.
Yep. And that's what they left Earth because people stopped giving a shit about them.
And they traveled to the other planet, the empty one. And so then they were like, fuck, there's no one here to worship us. So then they didn't have the strength to go to another planet. So they just chilled.
Good.
And perished.
Good memory. Yeah, they just died, these immortal beings.
It was so weird. It's so weird how he explains it. He's like trying to be like, oh, we went out like kings, like gods. And it was like, you just kind of sat there.
She disappeared. He's talking about Hera
that
or whoever.
Line is so metal too. When he's like, she just stood there and spread herself amongst the wind until there was, what is it? I'll wait till he says it.
Yeah, even for Hera was first. She stood in front of the temple and spread herself upon the wind, thinner and thinner, until only the wind remained.
Yeah.
Until
like, only
the wind remained. Fucking great.
Yeah, that's true.
And they really heightened the dialogue and shit in this. Like for Apollo, the
He's
writers
such a
did
good fucking actor.
The writers also did a good job of making him sound like a dumb like Greek god who doesn't fucking understand, like a god that like an alien god that doesn't fucking understand anything.
He doesn't understand that.
And so he's just been hanging on. All the other gods have left. Mm-hmm. He's the only one there. And he talks about, hey, a lot of gods have sex with humans. Look at Leto and Layla. Yeah, that's how all these people. And then they kiss, and it doesn't look very hot. So then they cut back to the dudes on like the away team guys are doing their research. Bones is moving fruit around. They just can't pinpoint. They know
there's energy, but we do not know where it is. And then they're like, okay, he has to tap into some energy to like make these tricks, right? It's so cool how they just kind of try to break it down and figure it out.
Biologically.
Yeah, but how does he figure that out?
Chekhov says, hey, it's like an electric eel or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And Kirk even says, don't give me the entire encyclopedia. Narrow it down for me.
Oh, no. Bones says that. And then Chekhov's like, but Kirk needs to know everything, sir.
The electric eel on Earth, the giant dry worm of Antos 4, the fluffy. Yeah, you're right.
Not
Bones is like, keep it short and sweet, weird wig.
Yeah, right. Spock's contaminating this boy, Jim. That's right. God, dude, he's like, God, Spock's a psycho.
I think that I hope we get a good Bones and Spock adventure where they're like isolated.
They don't do that. Yeah.
They definitely look at the front of his wing. It's like he's got bangs, but the bangs start in the middle of his head. It's like he has bangs, but they start in the ponytail spot and like go forward. So Kirk is just saying, look, this guy's gotta have some kind of energy thing. Bones says he's got an extra organ in his chest.
Yeah.
Do they really even come back to that, or is that
they do, but it's just so bizarre
because his energy, they find out it's coming from the temple. So
temple to his chest,
to his organ.
Yeah,
so
it's
he's
like a Bluetooth thing.
Oh, yeah, he's paired.
Yeah.
His technology is paired.
Oh, God. And then
Scotty
Kirk says, do not do any unauthorized attacks, please. And Scotty's like, you son of a bitch, Apollo.
Yeah, Kirk says no unauthorized contact with Apollo. And in the next shot,
Literally
Scotty attacks
seconds.
him with a statue.
He's like, get back here, you son of a bitch.
Gets a well-animated lightning bolt to the chest.
Shocked.
So this is the second time that Scotty's been immobilized. Kirk starts getting salty.
Yeah, he's like, yo, what the fuck?
Fucking Apollo force chokes Kirk.
Yeah.
Force chokes Kirk.
And the way his face is just like, ugh, but then it's so awkward.
He's really hamming it up. You can tell he's kind of smiling.
And
fucker.
It's so funny, though, because it's like, he can't kill them, right? Because he needs people to worship him.
He does.
So then as Apollo's going up the stairs after, the commercial break, Kirk is kind of just like awkwardly kind of getting back up. It's so weird.
And Scotty is still out cold for the second time.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Now, I want to talk about this for just a moment. So we've got the people up on the ship doing their thing. Here's where Apollo fucked up. Like, if Apollo should have just immediately wiped out the bridge crew and then just transported everybody down to the planet and been like, y'all live here now. I've killed your captain. Like, I don't understand what. Maybe he thought he only had the power to convince these first 5 or something. But like,
maybe that's all he could do.
Yeah, because it's all the power he has.
Maybe more buildings needed to be made.
He's really dumb, though, because he should have, he could have been nicer. He could have tricked them a little bit more.
It's like, what's the other one? The other guy that's, like, really spoiled, the alien that's really spoiled as a kid, and he tortures, like, the bridge crew for fun, and his parents are
Kyle
like...
XY?
Yeah, something like that. Or
no,
they're like, yo, what the fuck? We're so sorry, our kid's so bad. And they just, like, send him away.
Mm-hmm. And they're all, like, quiet.
Really funny.
Yeah, it wasn't Kyle XY. That was a TV show or something.
But what was
a teen?
He was like a pompadourish kind of guy.
Oh,
like
I know who you're talking about.
All the 16th century shit.
Oh, now we're talking about two different things. And then they do
the mirror, and then like they shoot the mirror and they get out of there.
I thought you were talking about the kid that can control people with his mind.
Oh my god, that too.
Star Trek's fucking awesome.
Egotistical people.
Yeah, the narcissists are very very entertaining even back then and in space. Yes. Okay, so we got to pick it up here. So that basically they're trying to figure out what to do about Apollo, and we get an awesome...
they notice Apollo disappears.
Mm-hmm.
And Chekhov's like, he looked kind of exhausted after choking you, Captain. I'm not sure if that meant anything. And he's like, no, that totally means something.
Yeah, Chekhov really gets a lot. Chekhov gets a lot of like interaction. Like gets a lot of action in this. He got that good joke about the Tsar of Russia. And so now they're deciding that, this is a good sequence because
such a funny plan.
Kirk is like, we can overwhelm him and he can't kill us all.
He's like,
and
fuck it, let's rush him. He'll get tired. We'll just beat him up.
But Bones is like, but we could die. And he's like, but not all of us. But Bones is like, but some of us could die.
He's like, yeah, but there's 400 people on the ship. I'm not going to get him screwed over. We got to just rush him. I think it's hilarious how Bones and Kirk argue about that plan.
And ultimately, they need to have Carolyn on their side.
That's true.
And Kirk tries to convince her to be shitty to Apollo. Mm-hmm. He says, you have to reject him. You have to spurn him. You have to...
Such an asshole.
You have to really sock it to him. We're busy.
It's funny how they like just turn away from him, too. And their whole initial plan's so weird.
Yeah, he's begging for sacrifices and such. And then they turn around and try to overwhelm him, but it doesn't work because
they mock him by laughing.
Yeah, they're laughing at him, and then basically Carolyn calms him down. So she fucks up their plan.
Please. And Kirk in the back is like, stop.
Yeah, Kirk. So
it's hilarious.
The 4 dudes are trying to provoke this guy into overpowering himself, and Carolyn steps in and is the cooler head and gets Apollo to calm down. And then, of course, Apollo leaves because
that plan didn't work.
he just really is banking on her doing the right thing.
Yeah, he goes, look, if Carolyn doesn't pull her shit together and help us out, we got to get used to herding goats, folks.
And she's into it. She still hasn't.
To the very end, I cannot tell if she genuinely still liked him or not.
I think she felt bad about having to spurn him.
Right, but then she says a really mean line later because then she convinces him, right? But then as Carolyn and Apollo talk, right, she does the whole...
that's next.
Right. That comes up next. I think you got ahead of yourself because this was the scene when he does convince her.
Yeah, he tells her, yes.
He tells her.
So I jumped the gun on when that happened. She comes back after being wooed by Apollo, and she's basically coming back here to convince Kirk and everybody else to chill and just be taken care of. And what's funny is she's all beautiful, and Chekhov is like, I can talk to her, Captain. And Kirk's like, how old are you? And he's like, 22. And he's like, I better do it.
I got this.
He's like, she's far too hot. You would be taken in by her feminine wiles.
Bro. And they don't even ask Scotty.
Yeah, so all Kirk wants her to do is just reject the guy because that'll take the power that he's getting. Because love is like
help us.
Well, she's his own personal little battery, right? Like because that kind of love can translate to worship, and
he can get more power from that.
Exactly. So he's trying to, and she doesn't want to. When she leaves this scene, and Kirk says, "You're basically condemning us to slavery if we stay with them." I can't tell what she's going to do. She's basically saying it makes sense. But Kirk appeals to her humanity. He says, take my hand and your hand, a human hand, human.
Flesh against flesh.
Flesh against flesh.
Like, we're just shit floating in space, my man.
We share the same shitty, haggard human history.
Sounds like some fucking drunkard at the end of the bar would say.
We're tied beyond.
We're just like meat and we're warm and shit and floating in space and stuff. That's all we are, dude.
Tied beyond untying. That's a bit of flesh and blood. Good speech from Kirk.
Yeah, right?
I dig it.
Dude, this is real. Like, not Apollo and his lightning.
And I can't tell.
Please don't enslave us.
That's
Jesus, please.
Yeah. We're real, not the guy that's zapped Scotty fucking 3 times at this point. And so you can't tell when she leaves what she's going to do.
She goes, I'm in love with him, though, Kirk. And I turn to Adam and I'm like, Lieutenant, you've been here for about 2.5 hours.
You've literally,
we haven't done much.
I get it. He's pretty hot. He's pretty hot. He's got a lot of power.
He's nowhere near the space seed guy, though. He's nowhere near Khan.
Yeah, and so far, like Kirk he's tried everything to convince her, and then he finally says, "Yeah, but what about your duty as an officer? Don't you care about that?" And she's like, "I understand."
Yeah, I think so. And then that's true, though. It is really clever in this episode, especially with the acting, is like they leave it open-ended. We're still kind of worried as an audience if like she is going to go through with it. That's why it's really satisfying, though, when it does.
Fantastic. Yeah, when she makes that turn, it's really good. She's a great actress, too. I'll look at the IMDb in a moment, but... So now Kirk and Spock, because Apollo has weakened himself by all the shenanigans that's been going on,
right.
Kirk and Spock are able to chat over their communicators.
Which is good.
Spock says, we've located the power source. Are there any buildings around you? And Kirk looks at a building. Yes, right there. We've been standing in front of a building.
Only one.
The only building this entire time. And so they're going to poke holes in the diaphragm around the planet, and they're going to shoot the phasers through. And they need to kind of coordinate this for when Apollo's at his weakest. And that's when we get the great scene between. Let me get back to the IMDb. Fantastic scene between Michael Forrest and Leslie Parrish, who are Apollo and Carolyn. Because this is where So how does she do it?
You really ape human behavior well.
He's like, what?
And then she's like, your evolutionary progress has been amazing. I've never encountered a specimen like yours.
What?
And then she's like, wait, I'm Apollo. I'm a god. I've chosen you. And she's like, no, bitch. I chose you because I was just studying you the whole time. And he's like, what? And she goes, I would love you nothing more than loving a new bacteria species. And I was like, dang.
That's cold-blooded.
Yeah, it was pretty cold.
Cold as ice. And the big thing that got me for her...
But it's like, I don't know if she means it, dude.
Oh, no, she doesn't. She's
Right?
playing against her soul
so
right now.
Fucked up.
The line that really got me from this sequence when she says, oh, you didn't think I was really in love with you, did you?
Yeah,
I was studying.
like,
I'm not some little shepherd girl you can awe. I'm I work in outer goddamn space, motherfucker. I'm a scientist.
Which is pretty badass. It's good line.
And then then this is when we get when she basically throws it down. He says, you can't leave. And he goes, oh, is that? She's like, that's how you get your ladies? You fucking throw thunderbolts at them? And then he goes, yeah. And he throws a bunch of thunderbolts around her. The weather gets all crazy.
Dude, and as this sequence is happening, I'm like, wait, isn't Apollo the god of light? Like, wouldn't he just blind people? But then at this point, it's like, you know what? Whatever. Like, all the other gods are gone. Maybe he just
got
gets her
Zeus's
powers,
lightning bolts power or something. But yeah,
He's
you're
a relative
right.
of Zeus.
He's Zeus's kid, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
But yeah, I don't like that either. Brittany said the exact same thing when I watched it before I watched it with you. She was like, but Apollo isn't the god of lightning.
The way he, like, Michael Forrest has his hands up too, he's just staring. It's hilarious.
There is a great superimposed shot of him, like, kind of transparent over, like, clouds and lightning and shit. It's great.
And he's like getting closer at Carolyn, and she's like, oh no.
There's an amazing shot of the ship shooting through the hand. And there's just the two beams touching the ancient Greek structure that's giving Apollo his powers.
I love the juxtaposition, too, of Apollo being, like, all, epic and godly and just being like, no, stop, I say. And it just cuts to the ship and Spock's like, okay, just keep it going.
Keep blasting.
Like, maintain that power, the firepower, please. And they're just so calm and collected. And the ship's, like, shaking. Because they just deal with this shit every day. This is season 2 now, like we've seen crazier shit than this before.
That's what I love.
Let's just get it done.
That's what I love about Lower Decks. They really acknowledge that like these crews like got into adventures way more. Like they call them those old scientists.
That's funny.
There's a couple like Apollo is just desperately trying to shoot the last of his lightning at the ship.
Face.
Oh, look! Oh, it's like a reverse orgasm. It's like it's going back inside him. He doesn't like it, and now what this character goes through. Apollo realizes that everybody thinks he sucks shit and nobody cares about him, and he's actually a dipshit. And he's like,
damn it!
But his response to that, and of course we just talked over. Where Scotty had to get up and save Carolyn, even though Kirk told him not
Kirk's
to.
Like, stop, Jesus!
She's
please,
fine.
Stop. Yeah.
She's fine. What are you trying to get her indebted to you emotionally, like Keanu Reeves and Speed? But so Apollo has this great soliloquy here before he disappears, where he's like, oh, man doesn't need us anymore. Hera, you were right. The time of gods has passed. It's like, nah, dude, you're just a dipshit.
And Kirk's like, yeah, we've outgrown you, dude. We don't need this worship shit.
And but then he goes to church the next day.
Yeah, right. It's so
one
weird.
God. It's just. I think that was just the writers throwing the writers throwing that away. But it's just so funny that he never even considers that. Had he just been cool and chill, maybe people would have worshipped him.
Yeah,
he could have just
been like Apollo fans.
He could have got a couple people from the Enterprise to come down and chill, and then they get a couple people over a subspace message.
Yeah,
maybe you do some good works for them.
Yeah,
I just feel charities. Like Apollo didn't deserve the worship, and I'm glad that he disappeared.
Maybe Apollo just needed like a PR team.
We do have to talk about how rough Carolyn looks. So we had to pause it at 47 minutes, 35 seconds.
Oh, God.
Oh, crap. The running time of our recording is almost matching the show. So just the look on Carolyn's face, she's got a very realistic bruise that's got a big crack, a bloody crack going through it. Like,
and her hair's fucked.
That was from her being thunderbolted and rolling around on the ground. And
Apollo's like, I loved you.
And she's so sad
Showing
that
you
this
my open heart.
fucking dipshit. He's such a dipshit.
And then he goes, see what you've done to me? And it's like, it shows her just all beaten and bruised.
That's
some fucked up shit.
That is abusive partner 101.
That
like
was
that's
pretty real.
He's got to talk about, therapy, you got to use your I statements. She's not doing anything to you, man.
Seriously.
I are the problem.
He gets super big though at the very end.
Why do you, maybe he's got to spend
his natural form?
Maybe, or he's trying to like expend the last of his energy so he can be taken into the cosmos.
The winds.
Yes.
Because there is no room for gods. And at this point, Carolyn's crying.
Yeah, she's just so sad about this guy that wanted to make her love slave.
That just threw a thunderbolt at her not even 10 seconds ago.
Also, Apollo's own crying is so intense that he has a tear that runs down his neck.
Yeah,
he's got a tear that goes over his chin. Yeah, down to like
thighs.
His
pecs.
He's got tear gutters instead of cum gutters. Yeah. And Scotty's got his arm around Carolyn. Like, dude, now is not the time to be touchy-feely.
Dude, yeah.
Like, it really bums me out.
And it's so weird. Well, and Bones is like, damn, this kind of sucked. I feel bad.
I wish we hadn't had to kill this Greek god.
Just what you brought up, too, where you're like, there could have been a couple people that would have been down to praise him.
Yeah, like just hang out. Like you leave crew members places all the time, dog.
Yeah, seriously.
And Kirk's big reason for feeling bad is the Greeks gave us so much. Falafel.
Like, falafel. Democracy, that, right? Look at these cool buildings.
Yeah, they and there's no
they give us history, the myths.
The thing about this episode is we don't get like the wrap up on the bridge. There's no like
it leaves it on a really sad note for being such a goofy ass episode.
Yeah, we really they're just like, well,
that sucked.
Peace. I'm glad that nobody died.
I do want to talk about though Michael Force.
Get into it. Get into it.
Oh yeah. I saw his IMDb. He's apparently one of the pilots on the plane in the movie Castaway.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Funny thing.
Michael Forrest.
Funny
good looking guy.
Oh yeah, his IMDb. There's a shot of him as a cowboy. I like it.
Oh, he was dubbed some anime too, I guess.
Whoa, he's the Shogunate envoy in Ninja Scroll. What? Have you seen Ninja Scroll?
No, I have not, but that looks pretty fucking dope.
Well, Ninja Scroll is the best. Like, so Ninja Scroll is a movie. Ninja Scroll is a movie that I think it's on Hulu. And there's also a series, but you want to watch the movie.
Okay.
So the movie was the movie that my buddy Peter and I would put on, like if one of us got a new 5.1 sound system or something.
Jesus.
Because there's one sequence where this big monster guy is hunting this samurai, and he throws this giant blade that spins around and just cuts trees down and shit.
Oh, yeah,
and
like
in
the
the 5.1, it like spins around you. Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Well, there was a couple of times. So, my best buddy Peter is a theater, like a movie dork, and he was going to film school, so he got like a 5.1 theater in a box, and then I got mine later and shit. But whenever we would get a new stereo, we would watch like The Matrix, and or Saving Private Ryan is a fucking big testing your 5.1 system movie, and Ninja Scroll. That's so funny that he's one of the voices. But
yeah.
So yeah, good episode. What did you think?
I thought, well, okay. I don't know. I guess we're like reminiscing and like thinking about it too, but watching it in real time, it's super simple. It's a very simple episode. I feel like it was kind of stretched out. Maybe we could have seen some cooler shit on the ship.
There's a little fat.
There was that interaction though, or is that the next episode? No, it's this one where Uhura's like trying to fix something, right?
I skipped past that.
Yeah, you did. But she was like trying to do some communication shit because their ship broke, and he was and Spock was like, "Well, you are the best for the job." Oh, no, Adam, you're looking at
I'm at the next episode, man.
But he's like, you are the best for the job. And she goes, Spock, shut the fuck up. Seriously, if I mess up, this whole thing can break. And he goes, no, you're really the best for the job.
She's like, I haven't done this shit in years.
Yeah.
So because they're trying
I think it's around the middle, though.
They're trying to get her. They're trying to modify the ship so they can poke through the hand.
Right. Oh, yeah. And then I forgot to mention this, too. That's why it's a really cool sequence of when Spock goes to the other crew members and is like, hey, I got some molecules that are the hand. Can you do some chemistry shit? And then we'll try to like take the hand out so we could shoot through it.
Yeah, we missed that.
Anywho, that was a cool part. But then I think like we needed more of that. I wanted more science stuff instead of just them talking.
I want more sequences of Uhura in a drawer. Like, this is fucking awesome. Like, we never really see a shot like this, and you can tell that this was like on the day when they're shooting it, they just had to like put this stuff together and set the camera and just Spock kind of peeking in. It's sort of funny. Like it's such a well-framed shot too, because it's like a frame within a frame within a frame.
Yeah.
It's like a Fibonacci sequence
and
kind of.
See like, you see Spock's eyes in the back, just like, you are the best.
This is this is the most I've dissected like a single like still frame of this show since we started this podcast. And it's like, because it's Uhura in a little drawer with some wires. It's like, she's got,
that's what this is for.
What looks like looks like a glass sex toy kind of, like a pen that she's using to solder things. But yeah, so that
sequence is really good. But
Uhura got some good stuff to do, but it wasn't enough. There wasn't enough the crew solving the problem together. I get that the story was about like the ship and the people on the ground working in concert, even though they couldn't communicate for the first 2/3, but they were still kind of trying to solve the same problems because they know what the problem to solve. They're Starfleet.
Yeah.
So like you really see that the fact that Spock can hold his own and figure shit out. And
there's good quips from Chekhov too. And
good
Bones.
Jokes.
Yeah.
It's a lighter episode that has a very down ending.
That's what it is. Yeah, I think it's just like, it's such a simple like, oh, I guess he was a god and he just strives off of power. And then at that point, what would have made the episode more Star Trek like was what you said, is like, we can find like maybe 10, 20 people on the ship that'll worship him. Like, and then we can bring in 20 years. Like, we'll bring more people.
Start a shift. Leave 10 people
there's
on.
Still Greek
come
people
back
on Earth. You know, like,
yeah. Oh my gosh,
what? You know,
they didn't even consult any Greek people on the ship before they killed their god. Like,
that's a good point.
Like, hey, Ensign Cosmatopoulos, what the fuck? Like, just so you know, this is your boy. Like, do you want to stay here? This is the last one. And when Kirk, like,
oh my god, that's so funny. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, that would have been more Star Trek like if they just like kind of resolved it that way. I guess what is best is the sentiment at the end when Bones is like, wow, that sucked. I wish we didn't have to do that. Because technically, as mean and as evil as the things they encounter, they always consider forms of life, right? Like, you can't.
Yeah, that's
the whole
the Starfleet attitude,
right? Yeah, exactly. It's like, that's even if something's killing you, you still kind of have to save it, I guess.
Figure out how to make it not kill you without killing it.
Right.
Like the tardigrade on Discovery that you haven't watched. There's a giant tardigrade that they have to like.
Tardigrade? That sounds great.
Normally tardigrades are very small.
Yeah.
But this one is quite large, and it's pretty funny.
So I mean, what did you think though?
I liked it. I liked it the first time I watched it. But it felt super fucking long the second time I watched it. And it's just because it's like a lack of action. And I did enjoy Scotty getting bapped around.
That was funny, yeah.
There was definitely good parts, but it's 10 minutes too long. Like, it's one of those episodes.
They solve the issue in like 2 minutes. So that's why it's like,
it's one of those
simple answer.
It's one of those kind of episodes, which is in stark contrast to Changeling, the one we're going to talk about in a little bit.
Trickier.
Because the Changeling cooks. Like, I've watched that 3 times in the last week, and it's not like a slow episode at all. And it's also really fucking funny. So
yeah, that's true.
But I enjoyed it, but I would say it's like a B episode of Star Trek.
Like I said at the beginning, it's like very Saturday morning cartoonish vibes, and it was just like a very simple like, what are we gonna do? Well, we can't be slaves.
Yeah, the dilemma is pretty straightforward.
You know? Yeah, but. Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, I liked Michael Force. He saved it a lot for me.
Yeah, and I thought that Carolyn was good, and she really played. She really played the part of.
The ending was just so fast,
and then it was so sad.
Like,
it's just
that sucks.
It's just people. The dude cries so much he has a tear going down the center of his neck.
Mm-hmm. And it's also like the ending of the season 1 episode where they go into the past through that portal. And that lady dies in a car accident. They get out, and Uhura's like, "What happened?" And Kirk's like, "Let's just get the fuck out of here." And then it just ends. And it's like, oh, geez.
Credits.
That's what this felt like, yeah.
Yeah, so it's okay. I will karate chop the table. That's the end of us talking about the episode. Yes. Next week, we're talking about Changeling. And something else.
Yeah, Changeling.
If you're new to the show... the last thing that we do every week is we talk about like some media or game. Al usually talks about music, but I'm not trying to put you in a box, make you only talk about music. But we request media to y'all to give you a little bit of an idea as to what we like other than Star Trek.
Yep.
So go ahead, Al. What do you got?
Let's see. Well, my girlfriend recently introduced me to Fleabag.
Yeah.
That show's fucking nuts. It's like an endless self-deprecating nightmare, but then it's like you just want to keep watching to see how it's resolved, and thank God it's funny in between, you know? Otherwise it's like, whew, it's a lot to take in.
Yeah, she's fucking great.
She is a great actress. 2016 though, so I'm a little late, but
my wife watched it when it was on originally, and I tried to watch it a few times, but it just stresses me out too much.
Yeah,
too cringe. It's why I can't watch Curb anymore.
Or the Bear.
I can't watch
nuts.
So I can't watch anything that's like that stressful unless they're like aliens or something.
Even if things are going well for them, there's still some crazy shit that happens that like they deal with, right? Like just that style of the show. That's what I like. And the episodes are nice, short, 25 minutes, 26.
Every
clip I've seen of Fleabag
makes me laugh. The few episodes I've watched, I think, are great.
Yeah.
It just is so emotionally taxing.
Yeah,
but good recommendation. Fleabag on Amazon Prime.
Yep. Yes.
That is not an endorsement of Amazon Prime. Also, we stand with the actors and the writers of the WGA and SAG who are probably still striking when this comes out in a couple weeks. Well, I mean, I would like to think they won't be by then, but they will be. So my recommendation is I watched the show Justified on years ago, and it kind of I love Timothy Olyphant. He's one of my favorite fucking actors. And this Justified City Primeval miniseries, event series or whatever that was just on FX is so fucking good to watch. Like, it's so great. And there is an amazing romance between Timothy Olyphant, who is like ripped, like he's like in perfect shape the few times you see him without a shirt or whatever. And the woman that he like gets romantically entangled with is like an age-appropriate, like realistically proportioned woman. Nice. And it's the hottest on-screen chemistry I have ever seen in my life. Like, we should never have two like stereotypical models, like, because she's beautiful, like the actors, like, and they're just great actors. It's like one of the most well cast things I have ever watched.
That's like how that shit takes off.
The cast is so fucking good, dude.
Well, it's like once you feel it, you feel the emotions that come with it.
Yeah, it's great. So Justified City Primeval, if you like Timothy Olyphant, if you like, and it's unfortunately, yes, it is about cops, and I have a hard time watching anything about cops. Yeah, ACAB, of course, my good man. But yeah, so check out Justified City Primeval if you're willing to set aside your politics about police for a little while and just watch Timothy Olyphant be the best actor on television, supported by just a killer fucking supporting cast. They're great.
I'll have to put that on my watch list.
All right. Well, hey, thank you so much for listening. These episodes usually come out on Sundays, and you can listen to the bumper and do everything it says to support us.
All right. Well, have a good one, guys. Thank you.
Peace out. Bye.
Bye.
Trek in the Valley is executive produced by Adam Ordall Quinnell and Al Hirt. Theme song by Al Hirt. Recorded by Adam. Mixed and edited by Al. Check the show notes for our socials, and you can email the pod at trekinthevalley, all one word, @gmail.com. Like, subscribe, review, and always explore strange new fucking worlds.